Mario Kart 8 has been out for a decade, and while a lot of people didn't play it initially because the Wii U was a flop, others were starting to get a little burnt out on it. Fortunately, Nintendo realized this and treated us to the Booster Course Pass DLC, bringing the total number of tracks all the way from 48 to 96. Their intention? To boost the longevity of the game for the rest of the Switch's lifespan. But I'm a pro gamer, I don't have time to spend literal years playing a game, so I decided to play it all in just a few hours. Today we are going to be playing every single Mario Kart track in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That includes the Booster Course Pass DLC. That is a total of 96 tracks. We're going to be playing them on 200cc, back to back. I'm not going to stop streaming until there is an emergency or we finish. Whichever comes first, and I'm hoping we finish. This was a huge undertaking, and I love making videos like this, so please consider dropping a like and a subscription, and let me know your favourite Mario Kart 8 Deluxe track down in the comments. As I started the first race on Mario Stadium, I was feeling confident and enthusiastic. Ideally I want to get first in every single race, so that's kind of like a side challenge for myself. No idea if I'll manage. This first race shouldn't be too difficult though. Mario Circuit, pretty easy track. I hadn't fully processed the scale of the challenge I was undertaking, but we pulled a comfortable first place and we were ready to move on. The remaining 3 tracks of the Mushroom Cup weren't too difficult, with nothing particularly eventful happening, and before long, we were ready to move on to the Flower Cup. Okay, that's our first cup down. That is our first cup completed. Only 92 more tracks to go! 4 down, 92 to go. Jumping straight into the next set of tracks, we started off with Mario Circuit. Being used to racing against more skilled players online, I was getting cocky against the AI, and this caused our first upset of the run. Oh my god! No, 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 no! No! That was our first second! We got third! Oh no, the Doom of the Perfect Run is dead! We were able to recover and have a solid race on Toad Harbor, having a breakaway for almost the entire track. And despite the AI giving us some grief in Twisted Mansion, we were able to pull off a win there too. They say lightning never strikes twice, but my run of Shy Guy Falls determined that that was a lie. What? I just got shocked! We crossed the line and we were able to cross another 4 tracks off our list. My sanity was, for the moment, still there, but I was starting to harbour a grudge against Roy and Baby Peach. Moving into the Star Cup, we were cruising. We had a little bit of a sloppy start with our driving on Sunshine Airport, but we were able to secure a decisive first place in spite of that. With the midsection and glider on Dolphin Shoals, this map is always a delight to play on 200cc. It seemed like the item roulette was starting to saddle us with a lot of coins, but with careful driving, we were able to break away from the pack in the midsection for the win. All that was left were Electrodrome and Mount Wario, neither of which gave me any sort of trouble. Fun drives and easy tracks, netting us 2 more effortless first places. My ego was mostly repaired as we chalked up another 4 races to the tally. My sanity was still mostly there, but the Special Cup would be where it finally starts to crack. Cloud Top Cruise was messy. I bumped walls, drove off the edge a couple of times, and even hit one of the lightning strikes. A lot of poor driving decisions could have really cost me this one, but thankfully I was able to take the win despite all of that. Next up was Bone Dry Dunes, another track that's difficult on 200cc, or, to quote my past self, oh that's awful. With a little difficulty, we were able to get around the rest of the track as we braced ourselves for Bowser's Castle. The race started off well enough, but the cracks in my sanity were starting to become apparent to everybody watching. I can't see where the lasers are, I just kinda had to guess. I'm in first with no defensive items again. I had to really slow down for that, holy shit. Our symptoms of insanity only agitated by yet another upset right at the end of the race. No, we got another second! Ah, oh, dang! That's our second non-first of this run. We made it to the first of 5 Rainbow Roads in this game. Deluxe Rainbow Road has its infamous hairpin turns at the start of the track that threw me back a few places, but with some clever manoeuvring on the second section, I'd managed to Oh, I'd smuggled mushrooms into first game, why'd you have to do me like that? After royally screwing up the second lap, A minor miracle gave us a photo finish right at the end of the race, and I may have gotten a little excited about it. What the fuck? I did not deserve that. I actually royally fucked that race up. I didn't deserve that at all. Like, actually not at all. That blue shell was my savior, let's praise it. That's our god now. Next up were the base game retro tracks, starting with Moo Moo Meadows. But I don't think anyone really cares too much about this track, so I won't bore you with the details. An uneventful first place. GBA Mario Circuit was also a pretty easy track. On lap 3, a trailed red shell hitting the AI gave us a breakaway, getting us a decisive first place and another cursed spin on the item roulette. Don't get a koi, for fuck's sake game. We followed this up with a pleasant cruise on Cheap Cheap Beach in a mostly uneventful race. Roy tried to undercut us right at the end, but with some good driving, we were able to pull off a skillful win. Toad's Turnpike started off good, but it all went downhill on lap 3 after I discovered something about this track that I don't think anybody knew. There's an out of bounds in this map? I didn't know there was out of bounds in this map. I figured there'd just be an invisible wall there. I ended up getting completely decimated, hitting a bus, getting pushed back, and then, to add insult to injury, getting hit by a blue shell, all on the final stretch of the race. Oh well, these things happen, I guess. Let's just add these races to the tally. Nothing really happened during the rest of the base game retro tracks, so let's speedrun a few of these. This counter I've edited in sure comes in handy, right? I hope you think so too, because my past self had been playing the game for a while at this point, and had almost completely lost track of how many races he'd done. Okay, so I think we have one more retro track, then we're in the Mario Kart 8 base DLC, so the DLC from the Wii U version. Then once we've done those 16 tracks, we're in the final oh no, we've still got this, and then N64 Rainbow Road comes after this, right? I'm not even sure how I managed to lose count. The race number is right there. Despite my wishful thinking to be further ahead, the rest of the base game tracks went by without any issue. We were finally ready to go onto the Wii U DLC tracks, and here come some of my favorites. On Yoshi's Circuit, I really wanted to flex. Now the best thing about doing this track on 200 is you can actually do this shroomless. I failed to demonstrate it well, but you can in fact do that shroomless. Again, I attempted to do it shroomless. It did not pan out well for me. We failed it 3 times, let's go! I in fact failed to adequately flex. We handily won on Excite Bike Arena, Dragon Driftway, and managed to get a clutch win on Mute City. Next up was Wario's Gold Mine, which wasn't much of a challenge. This was followed by our 3rd Rainbow Road of this run, and possibly my cleanest SNES Rainbow Road run ever. We even managed to dodge a blue shell by spinning out on a banana. I could only hope the rest of the run would go this smoothly. Ice Ice Outpost was barely a challenge, and we completely shredded through Hyrule's vast tracks. Have cars ever actually appeared in Hyrule? I'm not entirely sure why Hyrule has a circuit to begin with. Let me know in the comments. Also, I'm asking outside of Zonai devices, since this track was made before Tears of the Kingdom. Next off, it was over to Baby Park, a track we drove literal circles around. Come at me in the comments for that pun if you want. No, really, go for it. Best response gets pinned. Cheeseland, Wildwoods, and Animal Crossing were all clean sweeps. We finally made it to the last 4 tracks of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe base game. Neo Bowser's City. Okay, I have a bone to pick with all of you who play online. Why on earth do you keep picking this track? Especially in high level lobbies where 200cc comes up all the time. It is horrible to drive on. Whenever this track gets picked, I just make peace that I'm about to lose all of my hard-earned points. Please, stop picking it, or I'm going to old Yeller Bowser. Okay, Ribbon Road, Super Bell Subway, I'm just going to fast forward through these, and aha! Best track in the game! Big Blue, my favourite track in the game. This guy gets it. I was front running for the whole track, and one high octane race later, we finally had gotten through half of the tracks. How are we all doing? Good? Better than me? I hope so. Let's enjoy this downtime for a second. There's still a lot more to come. I think you guys more or less get the gist by now, so to save you all some time, and because at this point the challenge was so long ago that the whole stream feels like several hours of soup to me, we're going to be a little less detailed going forward. Don't worry though, I'll be sure to point out if anything interesting happens. Oh, I went too far out of bounds, I got a little too greedy. Game saw my hubris, said it's gonna keep it in check. Like that. The booster course tracks are, for the most part, not too difficult. Some of the city maps can be confusing to navigate, but at this point, I've been playing Mario Kart for well over 2 hours without stopping, and I was locked in. My brain wasn't even consciously driving anymore. It was all autopilot. My inner monologue had actually turned into the fake Italian gibberish from the Mario and Luigi RPGs. I don't understand what that means! My insanity aside, we were able to clear wave 1 of the booster course pass and add another 8 tracks to our tally. This far into the stream, my brain was fried, so when New York Minute came up, I decided to talk about that deep Mario lore. You know, when they patched in this map, they should have made it like New Donk City and called it New Donk Minute. I refuse to believe in the Mario world, New York and New Donk are two different places. Or that New York even exists in the Mario world when New Donk exists. What is this? I demand to know where this game fits on the Mario timeline. Sane enough to drive as long as we weren't responsible for a passenger, we collected our wins on Mario Circuit 3, Calamari Desert, Waluigi Pinball, Sydney Sprint, Snowland, Mushroom Gorge, and then got screwed on the last lap of Sky High Sunday. Oh, you bitch, Daisy! Oh, that one hurt a little bit. While that's not a word I really like to throw around, I felt like you guys needed to see the perfect storm that got me to reflexively say that. Wave 2 was down, and 8 more tracks got added to the list. As we enter Wave 3, let's have a quick check-in on my mental health. I'm noticing my dialogue is becoming more limited the further into this I get. I didn't realize this challenge would take such a mental toll on me, but I'm just so numb to everything now. I feel like I was so full of life at the start of the stream. Why did I think this was a good idea? Why did I think this was a good idea? I think it's fair to say at this point my mental health is more of a concept than a reality. Like I said before though, I'm sane enough to drive myself. You just shouldn't trust me to drive a passenger. Don't accept rides from strangers, and don't accept rides from me either. Despite my rapidly dwindling sanity, we were able to pick up all 8 first places on the Wave 3 Booster Course Pass tracks. My brain is soup, but at least it's delicious. Heading into Wave 4, we were immediately greeted by an upset, having a solid race on Amsterdam Drift, but choking on the very last turn to secure us a 2nd place. We fared a lot better on Riverside Park, securing a 1st place. Then we moved on to DK Summit, where I decided to flex my ability to do the gap cut. What do you guys think? Can we do gap cut? Not with lines like that, we can't. Oh my god, we are not getting gap cut like that. No! I got shocked! We're doing the race without a gap cut! Say what you will about the first 2 laps, but the AI somehow got smart enough to learn how to target shock. Skynet is real, and it's being developed by Nintendo. Change my mind. The remaining 5 races were significantly less eventful, with far less risk of machines going rogue. We were able to secure 1st place in all of them, completing Wave 4 of the Booster Course Pass. Setting our sights forward, we kicked off Wave 5, and knowing that I was well into the last quarter of this challenge, my mental health was actually perking up a little bit. My physical health, on the other hand... Okay, need to... Oh my god, my wrist started really hurting on that one. I don't know why. Oh, I just got a big click out of that. Holy crap, I'm wondering if Mike picked that up. You heard it? Oh my god. Yeah, my physical health wasn't doing so hot. I probably should have planned around frequent breaks for this. Hindsight is 2020, but my foresight has cataracts. At this point, there's not really much else to say. I was still being very quiet, so I don't have many witty quotes from my past self to cut to. I focused down, and with a little hard work, I was able to take my 8 wins in Wave 5. Look at that counter. We're almost there. So, here we are, Wave 6, the literal and metaphorical end of the road. I don't think you need to be a mind reader to know which track I'm about to highlight, so let's just slow it down for a moment. This challenge, and the editing involved in making this video, have both been a monumental undertaking, and I want to take a moment to thank everyone who stuck with me this far. I'm a small channel, so normally on projects like these, it's likely that I'm spending more time editing than all the people who click on these videos do watching them. Having said that though, this is something I do more for the craft, and if you've watched this far, I'd hazard to guess that you're someone who also appreciates the craft. So, thank you for that. Anyway, that's enough of a personal note from me. The first 7 tracks of the final wave were nice and straightforward, giving us 7 more firsts, and now I'll hand it off to my past self to guide you through the final race. Last race! And then I can rest. Alright, I'm just gonna play this like a boss. I shouldn't have used that coin there, so I'm gonna get another coin now. That's fine, I did that cut beautifully on 2 laps so far. Let's see if we can go 3 for 3. Okay. Nailed it! 3 for 3, baby! Oh, we cratered. But we did it! First place! That's it! Every single track in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, including the Booster Course Pass DLC, back to back in one sitting. So, I'm sure people watching this, both live and on YouTube in post, are wondering, is this worth it? Is this a challenge I should try myself? No. No. Absolutely not. Save your sanity. I have done it so that you don't have to. So you better like and subscribe.